Restaurants across the United States are shutting down permanently. For good, and not just your neighborhood burger joints. We're not talking about small-town diners or hidden local spots. We're talking about the giants, the household names that once ruled the American food industry. Chains like Red Lobster, Applebee's, and even Salt Bay's flashy gold-covered steak restaurants, they are slowly vanishing from the map. It's not just a financial struggle, it's a cultural reset. It's about the end of an entire era. A lifestyle built around big portions, casual sit-down dining, and branded nostalgia. And if you think your favorite chain will be safe, think again. The numbers don't lie. Sales are down, foot traffic is falling, and consumer loyalty is shifting toward fresher, faster, and more health-conscious options. Because right now, we're counting down 10 of the biggest restaurant chains in America that could completely vanish by 2025. And the surprising reasons behind it. This isn't just about profit losses or bad menus. It's the downfall of a dining culture, an old-school American tradition that simply doesn't work in today's world. Let's get started. Number 1. Subway. When was the last time you ate at Subway? For many Americans, especially students, office workers, and budget-conscious families, Subway used to be the go-to place. It was fast, affordable, and slightly healthier than a greasy burger or fried chicken. But these days, Subway feels like a fading memory. Its once iconic presence is slowly disappearing from the American landscape. In just the past 5 years, Subway has closed over 4,000 locations in the U.S. alone. Back in 2015, it boasted more than 27,000 stores, more than McDonald's. But by the end of 2024, it's expected to drop to around 20,000, and the closures aren't slowing down. Why is Subway collapsing? First, its menu feels outdated. Today's consumers want fresh, locally sourced ingredients and transparency. Subway still serves processed meats, pre-sliced cheese, and soggy vegetables. What was once considered fresh now feels artificial. Second, its reputation has been battered. From the Ireland bread controversy to the disgraceful fall of ex-spokesman Jared Fogle. Finally, strong competitors like Jersey Mike's, Firehouse Subs, and Panera Bread offer fresher food and better service. Subway, even after being sold to Roark Capital in 2023, hasn't bounced back. No founders, no vision, just a slow decline. Number 2. Hooters. Imagine driving past a quiet shopping strip and spotting a faded Hooters sign above dusty windows. No customers, no buzz, just a lifeless reminder of what once was. Hooters, once famous for its wings, beer, and waitresses in tight uniforms, is fading fast. In 2012, the chain had around 430 U.S. locations. By 2024, that number dropped to under 280, with over 40 closures in the last 2 years alone. The problem? Hooters didn't evolve. A 2023 Statista survey shows over 60% of 18 to 34-year-olds find its concept outdated and uncomfortable. Younger diners crave modern experiences, not outdated fantasies. Even the food isn't saving it. With an average Yelp rating of 2.9 stars, it's losing ground to rivals like Twin Peaks, who've modernized their menus and themes. Hooters isn't just losing business, it's vanishing from cultural memory. A new generation doesn't remember, doesn't care, and isn't coming back. Number 3. Red Lobster. Red Lobster was once a celebration spot for America's working class. A place where anniversaries, graduations, and Friday nights felt special. It wasn't about status or luxury. It was about a reward, a way to feel rich for a night after a long work week. But today, that reward is slipping out of reach. Red Lobster is facing a crisis. In the first quarter of 2024, it lost over $33 million, according to reports from its parent company, Thai Union Group. Hundreds of restaurants are now at risk of closure. The reasons are clear: soaring seafood prices, inflation, rising labor costs, and expensive leases have turned former promotions like endless shrimp into financial disasters. Even worse, customers are vanishing. A 2023 FSR magazine survey found that Red Lobster has lost 30% of its repeat diners. It's not that people don't love it, they just can't afford it anymore. And that's the real tragedy. Number 4. Applebee's. When was the last time you walked into an Applebee's? Not for a celebration, but just to unwind on a Friday night? It was never fancy, but that was the charm. A Bourbon Street steak, a couple of Long Island iced teas, some laughs with friends or coworkers. It was a reliable comfort. Applebee's once stood as a symbol of suburban togetherness, But that era is fading fast. In 2023, the chain shut down more than 46 locations, and another 25 to 35 are projected to close by 2025. Why? Rising costs, shrinking profits, and changing dining habits. With tight budgets, people either eat at home or treat themselves to trendier, upscale restaurants. Applebee's, stuck in the middle, is being left behind. Younger generations aren't buying in, literally or culturally. And as more locations close, it's not just a restaurant we lose. It's a reminder that once common community spaces are quietly disappearing from everyday American life. Number 5, Salt Bae. Salt Bae's restaurant was never meant for the everyday diner. You wouldn't stop in after work for a quick bite or bring the family for a casual night out. In fact, nearly 99% of Americans will never eat there. Why? Because a burger costs $120, and a single slice of his famous salted Wagyu beef can run you close to $1,000. If you're eyeing that gold-covered steak, be prepared to spend over $500 before tip. For a short time, though, Salt Bae, real name Nusrat Gökçe, was everywhere. Social media couldn't get enough of his theatrical salt-sprinkling moves. Celebrities, athletes, and influencers flocked to his glittering restaurants not for the food, but for the spectacle. But the shine wore off. Since 2023, U.S. locations in New York, Miami, and Las Vegas have struggled. Yelp and Google reviews have tanked, with complaints about overpriced dishes and poor service. Revenue at some restaurants dropped by up to 40%. Critics now call it the Salt Bae burnout. In a time when Americans are cutting back on groceries and skipping meals, a restaurant catering only to the elite feels tone-deaf. The fantasy of luxury no longer sells. In the U.S., Salt Bae's empire is crumbling. Number 6, the Cheesecake Factory. If you've ever wandered through a major American mall, odds are you've passed by or eaten at the Cheesecake Factory. With its lavish decor, famously long menu, and towering slices of cheesecake, it used to feel like a small indulgence, a reward at the end of a shopping day. But times have changed, and so has the appetite for what the Cheesecake Factory offers. A dinner for two today can easily cost $50 to $60 before tip. A price that's hard to justify for many families facing inflation, higher rent, and shrinking paychecks. Once a symbol of affordable luxury, the Cheesecake Factory is now seen by some as overpriced and outdated. Customer traffic has dropped more than 20% since 2018, while faster, cheaper options like Chipotle and Panera have surged ahead. Its once impressive 250-item menu is now often viewed as overwhelming. Many diners feel lost in the sea of options, and what once felt exciting now feels excessive. The restaurant's interior, once considered upscale, is now rivaled by hip. Local spots with curated menus and modern vibes, often at a lower cost. The Cheesecake Factory still has its loyal fans. But in a world that values speed, affordability, and fresh experiences, its future is far from guaranteed. Number 7, Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings, or B-dubs as fans call it, was once the ultimate hangout spot for sports lovers, wings, and cold beer. But in 2025, the energy has faded. The crowds have thinned, and the brand is struggling to keep up. What happened? Changing consumer habits. Younger generations are trading greasy, high-calorie meals for healthier, more mindful eating. According to Statista, the chain's revenue has dropped around 15% since 2018. Chains like Chipotle and Panera Bread have surged ahead, offering fresh, affordable meals with speed and simplicity. And let's not forget the noisy, chaotic environment at B-dubs. A turnoff for those who now seek calm, cozy dining experiences. Add rising inflation and higher prices, up to $40 for two people, and it's no surprise customers are heading elsewhere. Unless Buffalo Wild Wings reinvents itself with healthier options, better value, and a more relaxed vibe, it risks becoming a relic of the past. Number 8, Taco Bell. Taco Bell has long been the go-to spot for affordable, fast, and tasty tacos, especially during those late-night hunger runs. But as consumer preferences shift, Taco Bell finds itself at a crossroads. While it once thrived by serving bold, indulgent meals at bargain prices, today's customers want more than just cheap eats. They want healthier options too. Millennials and Gen Z are leading this change, pushing for nutritious meals without sacrificing flavor or convenience. Fast casual chains like Chipotle and Sweetgreen are gaining ground by offering fresh, balanced meals, leaving traditional fast food brands like Taco Bell struggling to keep up. Taco Bell's revenue only rose by 3% in 2023, while its rivals saw faster growth. Though the brand has started testing vegetarian and gluten-free items, these moves haven't made a huge impact. Rising inflation also puts pressure on its low-cost model. Without a serious menu overhaul, Taco Bell could fade from relevance in the health-conscious fast food era. Number 9. Pizza Hut. When you think of Pizza Hut, it's impossible not to picture those iconic red roofs, stuffed crust pizzas, on childhood memories of family dinners. But in today's fast-changing food world, Pizza Hut faces a tough question. Can it stay relevant? Once the leader in pizza dining, Pizza Hut now struggles with shifting consumer habits, rising fast casual competitors, and a growing demand for healthier, more flexible food options. According to Technomic, traditional dine-in pizza sales have dropped over 40% in the last 5 years. That's bad news for a brand built around the dine-in experience. While Pizza Hut has tried to adjust, offering delivery, digital ordering, and healthier choices, its large sit-down restaurant model is expensive to maintain. Competitors like Domino's and Blaze Pizza operate more efficiently and appeal more to health and tech-savvy consumers. With rising costs and falling sales, Pizza Hut must evolve quickly or risk becoming another fading icon in the fast food industry. Number 10. TGI Fridays. Who doesn't remember the good old days at TGI Fridays? Loud laughter, oversized burgers, and those signature cocktails that made every weekend feel like a celebration. For decades, it was the go-to hangout spot for families and friends looking for casual dining with a fun twist. But times have changed, and fast. The once iconic chain, founded in 1965, is now facing one of the biggest crises in its history. According to Ibis World, TGI Fridays saw a revenue decline of over 4% in just the last year. Meanwhile, competitors like Applebee's and Chili's have managed to hold their ground. The drop isn't just financial, it reflects a deeper problem. Fridays is no longer the default choice for relaxed, feel-good dining. And despite efforts to modernize with menu updates, branding changes, and promotions, the chain has failed to truly connect with today's evolving customer base. The casual dining sector is oversaturated, and without a major transformation, TGI Fridays risks becoming a relic of the past. And there you have it, 10 of the biggest restaurant chains in America that could completely vanish by 2025. These once iconic spots shaped our memories, our cravings, and even our weekend traditions. But in today's fast-moving world, nostalgia alone isn't enough to keep the doors open. Whether it's outdated menus, rising costs, or changing consumer habits, these chains are at a crossroads. Will they evolve and fight their way back? Or will they fade into history like so many others before them? Let us know in the comments. Do you think these restaurants deserve a second chance? Or is it time to say goodbye? If you found this video helpful or surprising, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you again in next video.